Our crews are getting in place to let you know what you need to know about Fourth Fest tonight. But it is going to be a beautiful evening. Fingers crossed for that. Glad that you're up with us here on 13 Sunrise. It is 6 o'clock on your Friday. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, too. From us to you there at home.
That's right. That's right. Certainly a great day in store. And if you had the day off, hope you guys have a great extended weekend.
Yeah.
But for those of you working, don't worry. We're right alongside with you. It's going to be a great weekend, too. And Matt's joining us. We know it's going to be a great weather day. And we got some surprises.
Swag.
Some swag?
Yeah, the Indianapolis Indians, they're going to be kicking off the homestand today.
They're going to have a great night. By the way, so we've got some jerseys. They got us this custom one. It's a 13. Cool. There on the back side, we've got the nice hat.
Yeah.
Stars and stripes.
I always wanted a jersey dress.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a little big. So they're going to have, the players will be wearing this tonight. I know. And so they're going to be auctioning them off. They do this a lot of times for these events, but the good news is that all the proceeds go to charity. But what's really cool is that Sean and I were looking, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, for the past 28 4th of Julys, they've been home. It doesn't matter who they're playing.
Yeah.
For example, they're playing Louisville all week, but somehow they convinced the Louisville Bats to come here.
I guess they know. Everybody falls in line. They know
they
know that we have the best fireworks celebration that go off tonight.
Amen to that.
Check in with Anna for those details right now. We want to know what our fourth forecast is looking like.
Looking great. Okay. I think you're going to love your 4th of July. Last year, I should say, we had scattered rain and storms, and everything cleared out right in time for fireworks, so that was the good news. This year, we don't have to worry about a thing. Maybe just have some extra water. That's something you need to worry about. We also have air quality alerts. So the air's not going to be moving as much throughout the day today. I mean, wind speeds are only around 5 miles per hour, barely noticeable. And it is out of the south, keeping the humidity still in place. If you are headed to the Indians game tonight at the Vic, they're allowing you to bring in, once again, a bottle of water of your own and from the outside to keep cool. But once again, if you text victory to 79230 during the game, they're going to bid on those jerseys. You can get one. If they run out of hats, though, they'll have some hats in the store for you. But it's going to be a great night at Victory Field. They'll have their own fireworks, and they'll have some fireworks going on while Indianapolis, the downtown fireworks, are launching off for Fourth Fest. We have a great lineup for you today. Lots of fireworks across the state. Some at Conner Prairie. We have fireworks in Brownsburg. Everyone's getting a good share. This morning, as you're looking live, beautiful start out there. Mostly clear skies. We're in the 60s and 70s. It is a comfortable start. We're about the same as yesterday morning. We've been slowly increase our temperature morning by morning, and we'll probably do that more into the weekend too. Instead of having all these 60s, we may have more 70s. We'll have a warmer start, but it's not bad. It's 67 good morning in Shelbyville for the Golden Bears and 65 in Muncie. The humidity is, it's not bad. It's not steamy yet. But I think over the next couple of days, as high pressure starts to move in and bring a southwest in, it's going to start to increase. We've also been noticing a little bit of patchy fog. That's something that we'll be watching. Nothing crazy out there this morning. Let's talk traffic this morning. As of right now, we're still looking pretty good on crashes. Things are flowing fine here at 6:03 on a Friday morning. Hopefully it's not too bad at being a holiday. I do want to touch on some construction that you need to know about starting on Monday, though. We get back to work, and they'll be back to work, too, on West Street in downtown, north to south. This is the road that goes by the Marriott and Victory Field. From 6 to 6 every night, they're going to be doing some repaving. Then we take you to eastern Indiana. I-70's got a lot of repaving work. Every day is kind of something a little bit different. They'll constantly be changing that, so keep that in mind around Richmond. We take you out to Centerville. This is something big. Morton Avenue and Centerville Road, where you meet US 40, there will be no turns. US 40 will remain open, but you can't get on and off US 40 right there in downtown Centerville, right by Centerville Christian Church. They're going to be redoing the signal there. They're expected to reopen this just before school starts because this is the main artery to the school. So in Centerville, make sure you take McMinn or take Eliason Road if you're coming in from the north. Julia?
Thank you, Matt. In just a few hours, President Donald Trump will sign his agenda bill known as the Big Beautiful Bill. Congress passed this measure before the president's self-imposed deadline of today.
The multi-trillion-dollar tax and spending package covers several key agenda items for the Trump administration.
On this vote, the yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted.
So 2 Republicans broke the GOP to join Democrats in the final vote. So here's some of the key items in the bill. So it keeps the 2017 Trump's taxes cuts in place Congress previously passed. It also approves hundreds of billions of dollars in new spending on the military as well as mass deportation plans.
The vote marks a big legislative moment for the GOP since taking control of Washington in January. Trump, speaking in Iowa yesterday just after the vote, celebrating the success of the bill's passage.
In the last election, the people gave us a historic mandate to cut taxes, raise take-home pay, bring back jobs, stop the invasion. With this bill, every major promise I made to the people of Iowa in 2024 became a promise kept.
Congressional Budget Office says the bill is projected to increase the national debt by more than $3 trillion over a decade. Well, following that vote, lawmakers in Indiana are now weighing in.
Yeah, Indiana's delegation voted for the bill except for Congressman Andre Carson, and there are still some who are split on the final outcome. So Republican Victoria Sparks took to social media to write, quote, "We still urgently need to address our fiscal situation, but this bill includes many positive provisions that will help grow our economy and create jobs." She also went on to thank President Trump for, quote, "stopping hundreds of billions in Medicaid fraud and abuse by a large oligopolies."
Democrat Andre Carson also posted about the bill, saying, quote, "House Republicans voted to give more tax breaks to billionaires while slashing Medicaid, Medicare, and food stamps to regular people. To all who voted for this cruel bill, you're hurting your own constituents." He ends it by saying, "We won't forget."
Now, the bill includes major cuts to Medicaid, food aid benefits, as well as clean energy funding. And one group of Hoosiers, they showed up in opposition with the bill outside of Senator Todd Young's office right here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, faith leaders held a procession. That is a hearse and a casket being unloaded there to hold what they say is a funeral. They say that they are mourning the people they believe will die because of the new law's cuts to Medicaid and SNAP benefits.
Both Indiana Senators Todd Young and Jim Banks voted for the legislation. Senator Young says that the bill includes sensible reforms to strengthen government assistance programs.
Well, we are getting ready for a big party in Indianapolis this weekend.
That's right, but Beech Grove, they're already ahead of the curve. So people gathered last night over at Sarah Bolton Parks for a fireworks show. Check it out. Fireworks lighting up the night sky. We also know there was live music, food, and family fun.
We talked to so many that were out getting the 4th festivities started a little bit early last night.
My granddaughters and stuff, seeing all the fireworks, woo, boom, oh, boom. It's like really fun when you see them. When you was that young, and then now they doing it, you know, it's great. It's great.
This is our second year. This is our second year coming. When we went last year, it was fun, so we want to make sure we come out and do it again.
So they got started a little early. There's much more happening tonight. There's more info on that event at WTHR.com.
And we also have information on where you can find all the events happening tonight across Central Indiana.
So if you're looking for a place to see some fireworks, we have a list of all the shows happening around the area. Again, that's at WTHR.com/scene on 13. Now, if you are putting on your own fireworks show, there are some things to take note of this morning.
That's right. One of those is the big law around fireworks right here in Indiana. So from now until July 9th, fireworks are legal from 5 p.m. until about 2 hours after sunset, which is usually around 11:15 for us. So local ordinances can extend those hours. However, they cannot limit them.
Today specifically, fireworks are legal from 10 a.m. until midnight. And I know that sometimes people are calling, report their neighbors and say, hey, they still got a show going on. I got to work in the morning. If you see or hear someone setting off fireworks that are outside of those hours, you should call the non-emergency police line and see if they can help you get quiet. That is 311 for that number. And happening today, if you want to explore some of the history of our country while you celebrate, you can head to the home of the 23rd president right here in Indy.
That's right. The Benjamin Harrison Presidential Site, they're hosting their annual Independence Day social. So that'll take place starting at 11 a.m. this morning until noon. And as part of that experience, you can take a tour of the first floor of the house free of charge. You'll also get to enjoy some jazz bands, crafts, snacks, as well as some animals that are visiting from the Indianapolis Animal Care Services. So tickets are complimentary. We just have to sign up for them in advance.
Well, right now, parts of Lake Monroe are closed because of all the rain that's been coming down there lately. Indiana conservation officers say in some spots, water is 3 feet higher than normal, and those levels are closing beaches and some campsites ahead of the holiday weekend. We're told the water has reached its peak for now. It'll take a while for it to go down because they're trying to make sure they don't flood other areas.
When the Corps does drop the water, they have to look at what the White River's doing. They cannot flood the White River and everything down south out. So their controlled releases may drop the lake in inches per day instead of feet per day like we'd like to see. Because of that, it's going to take a while for this water to come down.
Yeah, so as they work to do that and get those water levels down, we'll let you know which of those closed areas open back up.
And if you're trying to cool off this weekend, the city of Muncie confirms that the beach at Prairie Creek Reservoir is back open thanks to some improved water qualities. So the city officials recently closed it because of elevated levels of toxin that were produced by blue-green algae. But they say the levels have dropped and people can get back to swimming.
Your sports update now. Good news for the Indiana Fever. They tipped off a 5-game homestand last night with that big win over the Las Vegas Aces.
That's right. And they even did it without superstar Caitlin Clark, who's now missed her 4th straight game with a groin injury. The final score of this one, 81-54. So the Aces, they had a 16-game winning streak over the Fever dating back to 2019 until now. Kelsey Mitchell, she had a team high of 25 points and added in 6 assists.
Yeah, they had a streak. So now this is 2 straight for the Fever now, including that impressive Commissioner's Cup win over the Lynx. We're keeping an eye out for any news on Caitlin Clark's status for the next game.
Yeah, that'll be tomorrow night when the team faces the Los Angeles Sparks. I'm going to be there for that one.
Okay, there we go. The rest of us, though, will have to watch that right here on Channel 13. That game tips off tomorrow at Gainbridge Fieldhouse at 7 o'clock. Look out for Matthew. He says he's going to be there.
Hey.
We're your local TV home for the Indiana Fever, though. So if you need help finding any of our broadcasts on WTHR or over on our sister station, MeTV, scan the QR code on your screen or head to WTHR.com/fever. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning to you, Julia and Matthew. We are getting ready for tonight's 4th Fest. Just about 6 hours till everything kicks off. And we've got the fireworks shooting off the 500 North Meridian building coming up. We'll talk with Downtown Indy Inc. about everything you need to know for tonight.